day, everyone. My name is Florence Okudele. You are watching You Multicultural's Community Hour. I come from a culture where community defines the people. Community is everything.
Right.
My culture believes that a thriving community is the foundation for fulfilling life potential. Today I'm here with Vera Obehi Keyede. She's a chartered accountant and supply chain management professional with over 20 years of combined experience in accounting and procurement. She holds a higher national diploma in accounting, is certified by the Institute of Chartered Accountants of Nigeria, and earned further certifications in Canada. Passionate about mentoring youth, she serves as president of the Nigerian Association of Manitoba, NAMI, vice president of the Council of Presidents of Nigerian Canadian Associations, and a young adult pastor. Vera is committed to building strong communities based on shared values and unity. She also serves on the board of South Winnipeg Community Center. Vera believes in a thriving community and community lifestyle, a society where we can live as our brothers and sisters keeper, a place of where we can share our joy, burden, and success together. Please join me in welcoming Vera Keyede.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
You're welcome to Community Hour.
Thank
Vera.
you.
Please tell our viewers all about, I know you are the president of the Nigerian communities in Manitoba. Please, can you share a little about the Nigerian community in Manitoba?
Sure, well, you know, with our culture, right? And, you know, you're older than me, so I'm not going to call your name. I'm going to call you Madam Okudele if you don't mind.
You're welcome.
You know,
So
we have to, I'm a person that, you know, I love our culture, I love our traditions. And I want to say that, you know, everywhere I go, it's just part of me. So, pardon me, viewers, pardon me, I'm not going to call the names like they would usually do in this culture, right?
Yes.
Right, thank you so much for the intro. I was like, oh, wow. You know, sometimes you don't know yourself.
You've done quite a lot, I must say. You've done quite a lot.
Yeah.
And you keep doing.
Well, yeah. So, the Nigerian Association, the Nigerian community in Manitoba, the Nigerian community is a thriving one, and is a one growing, you know, rapidly. And with the Nigerian people, you know, we are people that we are strong, we are very resilient, we are people that are very determined, and Nigerians are people that we want to go every length to be successful. You know, like the common say in Nigeria, Naija no dey carry last. You know, what that makes is, once you're in Nigeria, you aim for the best. You strive for the best. You work hard for the best. And that has also reflected in our community in Manitoba, that every sector, every industry you go to, you find in Nigeria. A Nigerian must be there. Name it. I remember last time we were talking, and one of our community elders, Dr. Lano, mentioned that, you know, listed from A to Z professions you find Nigeria. And that is how much we have grown, you know, in this community, Manitoba. And further to say, I know the census is, I'll say it's outdated right now, about 10,000 it is. I know last time the Prime Minister was here was Nigerian in Manitoba. We are the second largest population of Nigerian. Winnipeg holds the second largest population of Nigerians. That will tell you how much we have grown. And we are people, you know, that strive for growth. You know, we are people that make impacts. We don't just be in the place and just stay under. And with our courage, people think that, you know, Nigerians are people that have their heads up, shoulder high. You know, and that is our making. We are very powerful in our setting.
Very proud people.
Well, we are not proud. I won't say.
You know what?
I won't say we are proud. Maybe quote unquote, we are not proud. We are confident of ourselves. We are bold. We are very brave. Yeah. Nigerians are bold. They are brave. They are very confident. So we are not timid at all.
Wow. Thank you, Vera. Thank you for that magnificent explanation and introduction of the Nigerian community in Manitoba. Our viewers, we have today the president of the Nigerian Association of Manitoba, NAMI. here with us to tell us more about Nigerians in Manitoba.
Right.
So, Vera, before we go on, I know that Nigeria, I'm a Nigerian myself, and I joined in the celebration.
Right.
I know that October 1st is our Independence Day celebration, and this year's own is different.
Yes.
Please, why is this year's Independence different?
You see, when I say we are people that we are very proud, we are, we tend to be loud. And this is one of our loud moments, right? In Nigeria, they'll say Igolado, and that is this year's independence celebration. Just as you may be aware, for those not aware, June of this year, B22 was passed, a declaration of Nigerian Independent Act, which saying that Manitoba recognized Nigerian independence as a law in this province. And that did not come cheap, that came with the effort, with the contributions of well-meaning Nigerians. We have contributed to the economy here. And not to take it away, we have a very strong member of our community, that serves as a deputy premier. And shout out to Minister Honorable, as I'll call her, Uzoma Asagwara.
Yes,
and that is one Nigerian. Wherever we are, we make impact. Yeah. We don't make quiet impact. We are loud.
Exactly.
So it is very special, independent, because this is the first. And further to say, Manitoba is the first province in Canada to recognize Nigerian independence.
We are so proud of
Tell me why it will not be loud.
It's true. It's true. You said it all, Vera. You said it all. Viewers, you are listening to Vera, the president of the Nigerian Association of Manitoba, Inc., and she's here today to talk to us more about the Nigerian community, who are the Nigerian community, and why the Nigerian community, and the coming up events, their Independence Day celebration. So once again, Vera, thank you for the show. Welcoming you to the show once again.
Yeah.
I wanted to ask, what are Nigerian community known for? And what are the most important values to Nigerians?
Nigerian, I'll go with the value. Okay. Growing up in Nigeria, we are people that value our name, people of honor. An average Nigerian, I remember when I was leaving home, each time you are leaving home, my father would tell me, remember the daughter of whom you are. I know things have kind of changing now, but we are people of culture. We are people that, we tend to preserve our family legacy, because legacy are things that have been built over here, and our value system are so strong in honesty, in truth. Sometimes they will tell you, remember the daughter of who you are, right? And we carry that on. We are people of culture. We are people of beautiful traditions. And Nigerians, we are known for our flamboyance. You can see that, right? I tell people each time, funny enough, at work today, I was leaving earlier. People were like, oh, yeah, I'll see you. I said, no, weekend, you won't see me dressed in this boring jean and stuff, Yeah. And we are people that we are loud. We are very proud to be loud, because that is us. Nigerian, we love our food. Yeah. I have lived in this province for close to 2 decades. Trust me, I am still down to I can do eba in the morning, eba and okra soup in the morning. You know what that means? I can eat Nigerian food, like I can do eba in the morning and do eba like 1 a.m. in the morning. We love our food.
Yes.
Our food is so tasty. Viewers, you have to try the Niger jollof. I'm not joking. I'm not kidding. You have to try the Niger jollof. Not just the jollof. They have all that. Even the egusi soup and pounded yam. Oh my God, it's a knockout.
Oh my God.
It's a knockout. So we are people that have all those traditions, all those values. And again, an average Nigerian goes, have respect. We respect our elders. We recognize and respect our elders no matter what the situation is.
Wow. Thank you so much. I guess I don't want to jump into food right away. For the viewers, Nigerian Association, you'll be talking about that. We'll be celebrating their Independence Day event on October the 5th. and it's happening at Alloway Hall.
Oh, yeah.
And ticket is $50, but you'll be speaking more to that later.
Right.
But before we go on, I just wanted to know, how has these values that you talked about, honor? I know I'm a Nigerian myself. I think I raised my kids that way as well. Remember, you're a Nigerian. I keep telling them that.
Right.
I don't tell them, remember you are this. I say, remember you are a Nigerian.
Right.
What does that mean? Has that helped Nigerians in settling better in our new country?
Right. That has actually helped a lot of us to settle. I have my siblings here, right? I will want to go into the story. I can go into the story, but I'll go into my story, right? With that value system we have, is a system that tells you work hard. My father was a civil servant back home, and he's going to tell you hard work does not kill, right? It was a laziness kill. But in these days, people prefer to be lazy. Hard work does not kill. It tells us to work hard and to strive for the very best. I remember then, if you come up with your report card in class and you are told, so instead of them to say, oh, congratulations, they will ask you, the person that carried first or the person have two heads, So, growing up then, when I didn't understand that, I'm going to think there's nobody that has two heads in my class.
Yes.
So my parents is just saying, the person that took the first position in the class, you can also do that.
You can also
I don't think, I tell people, competition is good, rivalry is bad. We are very competitive. Nigerians are very competitive. And that has helped us. When I got into the province close to 20 years ago, I was already a chartered accountant. I was chartered supply chain. I had to start from the scratch, right? If not for the fact that I have my core value as a Nigerian, I'm not going to buy my head in or in pity party, right? Oh, we are here. No. I face it. And there are loads and loads of Nigerians. I know friends who were chartered accountants back in Nigeria. Some of them are nurses. So Nigeria will take the bull by the horn and run with it. And that is a very strong value in us.
Wow. Thank you so much, Madam President. It's really an honor to have you in our show today, and also to talk to our viewers about Nigerians in Manitoba, or Nigerians in general.
Right.
So viewers, if you are wondering who the Nigerians are from Nigeria in West Africa,
from West Africa.
In Africa.
Right.
And we have over 10,000 Nigerians in Winnipeg right now.
Yes.
And it's really a community that is growing very fast.
Yeah.
Thanks to the Immigration of Canada and the provincial nominee program that assisted families to be reunited as soon as possible,
right,
or as quickly as they could. But this year, on Saturday, or rather on October 5th, Nigerians will be celebrating their Independence Day celebration. It is the first. It's not really the first, but it's peculiar, different this year because the proclamation was made.
October 1st is the Nigerian Independence, and Nigeria will be 64 years old. In October 1st, I'll be 64 years old. And people, don't worry, we're a country that we are still thriving. We are a country that is very beautiful. So we are still not too old. We are still a baby, right? After all, Winnipeg is 150, right? So we are not, we are not half the age of Winnipeg. So
it's good to be reminded of that.
Exactly. We are still learning from our mistakes. We still have the teething problems here and there. But Nigeria will be 64 October 1st, which is a Tuesday, and there'll be a flag raising ceremony at the ledge, and there'll be a small gathering at the ledge on the 1st. It's a working day, so it's kind of very limited arrangements. Then on the 5th of October, which is a Saturday, oh my God, if there is anything you don't want to miss, it's Nigerian party. I tell you, we are good at everything we do. I mean, there is no dull moment within Nigerian.
No.
You can, sometimes I remind myself I'm talking very slow, then take a day break. Because, there's no dull moment with Nigerians. It's going to be fun. There's going to be good music. I know most of us, I'll tell you, Madam Okodele, I was going to work one minute. Guess what CBC was playing? Burna Boy.
Wow.
I've heard Whiskey, Davido.
Yeah.
Those are Nigerians. Yeah. And I don't go to club, but for my younger ones that do, they say they play all Nigerian music when they go to clubs. So if they do that, so our party is going to be fun packed. It's going to be, we have good food and we have cultural display, and it's going to be, I won't say it's going to be more like a fashion show. Like I have my cloth already hanging. It's going to be more of blinks because I need to shine. Nigerians, we shine, we dazzle like the star.
Thank you so much, Madam President Vera Keyede. Viewers, you are listening to Mrs. Vera Keyede, who is the President of the Nigerian Association of Manitoba, to speak to us about the Nigerians in Manitoba and who we are or who they are. I'm a Nigerian myself, and so I'm part of the celebration that she's talking about. But Vera, I want you to help our viewers understand. This year's event is titled Our History, Our Beauty. In a short sentence, please, can you explain why you chose that theme? The beauty of being a Nigerian.
Well, I use both. And I'll go back, I am, like I said, I'm a proud Nigerian.
Yeah.
And where I came from in Nigeria, they say if you don't have my father say, then go and check where you're from. My father always told me that don't forget where you came from. We are people of history. It's when you know your history, you know your now, you are able to channel your future. We know where we are coming from. We know how resilient, the bravery, the struggle, and the unwavering resilience that was put in by our leaders to gain our independence. We are not forgetting that. And we know the diversity in Nigeria. Now it's almost an error to say 3 major languages. It's an error. Even from this, I'm from Edo State originally. I got married to somebody from Ogun State. My husband's from Abeokuta. Even in Edo State, we have I can count 10 languages on my fingertips, right? So we have various language. We are beautiful that way. Our diversity is beautiful.
So Nigerians are not new to diversity.
No.
They thrive in the diversity.
When I am at work now and everything is popping up, diversity training, I'm like, come on, I'm a Nigerian, I should train you.
That's the right one.
We have learned to cohabit with people. I grew up in Benin, and where I grew up, my last born, my baby brother, could speak Igbo. And where I do. At the time, I couldn't even speak my local dialect. Isha was speaking Benin, right? We are so interwoven that we lived with one another. We could speak and understand each other. And Nigeria is very beautiful in that way. No matter what the trials we are going through this time, that is the beauty of who we are. We are so interwoven. It's beautiful colors. From the northeast, come to the south, the east, the west, the south. It's so beautiful. And each region of Nigeria have their very diverse culture, very diverse traditions, and even colors of clothing, styles of clothing.
Oh dear.
Which is beautiful.
Thank you so much, Vera. Viewers, I hope you are following up on what Vera is saying and listening. She just makes me want to go get another new clothes or visit one of those boutiques. But yes, Nigerian community in Manitoba is celebrating their independence anniversary this week, October 1st. And the party will be happening October 5th.
Right.
And at this event, that's the time Nigerians get to show their culture and who they are. So if anyone is looking out to somewhere to have fun, please check out the Nigerian Association of Manitoba.
Right.
Tickets are at Eventbrite.
Eventbrite.
And it's $50 per ticket.
Right.
Today with me to speak about the Nigerian community is the president herself, Madam Vera Keyede. Vera is here today. Vera, welcome.
Thank you.
Again, before we went on our short break, I wanted you to talk. You have spoken a little bit about that. You touched a little bit about that, about the environment and how it has helped you as a person assimilate into this culture or even, weave your way into the diversity of Manitoba or Canada. I just want to ask if you can shed more light on that. How has it helped Nigerian community to grow as a community?
Thank you so much. Like I said, most of the values, we are exhibiting here is not things. Here we are learning new values, but some of the values that have helped us as people to settle to this community, to thrive in this community, are values we brought from Nigeria. There is an adage, in my that will say, it's what the bird eats that the bird flies with. If the bird did not eat anything, the bird got nothing in the stomach to fly, right? And those are the values. And what are the values? The values, like I said, is the values that will tell you you have to go there and contribute. I remember a story of the footprint growing up. What is your footprint? What is your impact? We grow up imparting cultures, imparting. You still remember that person that impacted your life, growing up. And apart from people imparting you, what impact are you contributing to the economy, to the society, to the life of other people? And also, Nigerians, we have this moment of we must succeed. And I know some people will take that to be pride. Some people will take that to be we are arrogant, we are loud. I am naturally loud. It's not that I'm bad.
Loud.
I'm naturally loud. Yeah. We are people that we want to get the best. We aim at the very best. We're not mediocres. An average Nigerian is not mediocre. We aim for the very best. And most Nigerians, and if not all Nigerians, would not take no for an answer.
Yeah.
If you tell me no, if you don't want me to try a thing, just tell me I can do it. Then two things will come to my head. Is for me to go do the thing and be very successful and exceed expectation, so that I can do it.
I like that. I like that point you raised.
Right.
So for our viewers back home, or for the viewers watching, if you want a Nigerian not to try something, don't go telling them you can't do this.
If you tell me you can't do this, I'll prove you wrong.
Nigerian means they have to prove you wrong.
I'll prove you wrong.
That's one aspect to go home with. Thank you so much for that point. And I also want to go back on the diversity aspect. I know when we came in here long time ago with my kids, like you said, we are from the east of Nigeria and we settled in the north of Nigeria, which is the Muslim area. And my kids go to school. They grew up in their environment of, with the neighbors that we had and everything. And so when we moved over here, and where are you from? I'm from Kano. Yes. Because that's how they grew up. So diversity, Nigerians are so used to diversity already that in Canada, they found it, it's like a walk in the park, It's easier for them to adapt. But can I ask, is there challenges that some Nigerians are finding in this diversity aspect?
Well, I say diversity. Yeah, there is always...
In terms of, let me help you out there, maybe in terms of job search.
Right.
Employment.
There is a culture shock, anyway.
Businesses.
There is a culture shock. We are people, Nigeria, an average Nigerian live a communal life, right? And I still do that. And sometimes, I'm going with people, they're like, must you greet everybody, right? Must you see somebody like, hello, go your way. There is a culture shock the first time you step your foot here. It's not that we don't know about diversity. An average Nigerian has lived, if you are Igbo, you have lived with Hausa, you have lived with Yoruba, you have lived with Edo, and within Edo, you have lived with Benin, Ishan, Afemine, and all that.
My first language was Yoruba, by the way.
Exactly.
Before I learned my Igbo.
And
then I had Hausa. So I ended up with Hausa.
So you lived all that. Yeah. So, but the culture shock and the difference in the way we operate is here. An average Nigerian is a bit open. We kind of tell you, once we don't agree to a thing, you see it in our expression, right?
Yeah.
We have this courage that we almost will tell you, hey, I'll put up a... But here, I remember when we just came, you're looking for a job, they're like, oh, thank you. Yeah, we'll get back to you. If it was Nigeria, they'll look at it. oh, I'm sorry, oh. So when they tell you that, you are going home happy. You are like, oh, they were happy with me. They were happy with me. And you call back, they're like, oh, I'm so sorry. Why are you sorry? We were not that kind of people. And it takes time for us to start to understand that cultural side, and also with business, right? With businesses, we could just start our business at home. My grandmother had a business, not registered. She said things by the side. But this economy is different. This society is different. So it's all, the shock is about how much to learn. Just like me, chartered accountant, I have to come and start. I did a 3-year CMA program. I have to do my SCMP program after. So we are very determined people. It is a lot of difference. I'll give you a brief story about me. I did accounting. I moved to supply chain. That was when they established the Office of the Due Diligence in Nigeria Procurement, the Obasanjo regime, when it was trying to clear things up and fight against corruption. I moved to procurement. Coming to Canada, I said, okay, let me go back to accounting. I didn't get a job. And they were asking me, where is the Canadian experience? And my question, I can still remember fighting one of the accounting bodies. I was like, how does number difference if I am a Nigerian here? What is the difference in the principle of accounting?
Yeah.
What has changed between our accounting principle? Then they were still using a principle gap, right? General accepted accounting practice. And we were using FRS then. I'm like, what's the difference? What? I'm ahead of it. So that is the shock. That is the challenges we find. And that is the setback. You come here, you want to hit the ground running. Those are setbacks. And remember, no matter the money you bring, right?
It doesn't
go far. Yeah, you can. I'll tell people, most of the Nigerians that came here at a time and that stay here, we are not refugees. We came here, we were solid people back home. We had our jobs, we had money, sold off investments on business people to come here for reasons, People migrate for different reasons, right?
Yeah.
So you come here, you think you have in your head, I'll just come there, hit the ground and I'm running. That don't happen, and there is this moment. Moment.
You are right.
So that is the challenges. It's not that we are not. And I tell you, many a time, as soon as they get off that wow moment, they hit the ground and they're running.
And they are running.
And they are running. And they are not just running, they are flying.
You are right. A long time ago when we were here, when we first arrived in Canada, we didn't have many Nigerian stores. No. We didn't have our food. I think the only store that we go to is Dino's. Dino has everything.
Dino's and Aikens.
And later Aikens came
Aikens,
up, and we were so excited that we have Aikens store. And now we have a lot of Nigerians, African store popping up everywhere. So tell us again, it looks like Nigeria is very huge in business.
We are very huge in business. And I'll tell you, in Nigeria, we have people that are specialized in different stuff, right? I don't want to go into the demographics and, the areas of specialization of each region of Nigeria. It's a mix, but majority say in Nigeria, there are some states you will call, they will tell you, if you call it Kitty, they'll tell you, right, in the family of 7, maybe 4 of them are professors, and if you go to the East, an average Igbo person is a business-oriented minded, right?
Yeah.
I don't want to work for somebody. I want to be an entrepreneur. I want to employ people. I want to be, those are the mindset. Even the way place I came from, in Edo State, I'm from Oromi, by the way. And they will say that Oromi is the Igbo of Edo because our people are so business-oriented, business-minded. And because we are business-minded and we believe in hard work, an average Nigerian believe in hard work, we go all out. If you go back to most of the people that have their businesses here, they're also working. Many of them are not, most time they open their shop, they do their things, and they still find, apart from few of them that are very established now, right?
Yeah.
On the time of setting up, they were just juggling it all together, to say to. So Nigerians, we we want to contribute. We want to make an impact. And I tell you, the more we do business, the more we pay our taxes, and the more that we are making contributions to the economy of Manitoba.
Exactly.
We're not just taking, we contribute.
Thank you so much, Vera, for that. In fact, I like the fact that you mentioned about Nigerians not just takers but contributing. They are also co-creators of things happening in Manitoba. Like even at the universities, you find a lot of Nigerians as instructors in schools.
Right, yeah.
And people don't realize that. Viewers at home, this is Community Hour, and today we are talking about Nigerians in Manitoba. And to speak to that, we have the president herself, Madam Vera Keyede, who is here to talk to us and highlight us or enrich our knowledge about Nigerians and who they are and what they do and why they are to be reckoned with as a community. So Vera, before we move on, I want us to look at the young people that is going to succeed us, right?
Right.
Do you see any divide or a shift in ideology between the Nigerians that have immigrated here and the youth that we are raising? Do you think they will be that hardworking like their parents, knowing that the environment helps to shape us?
Well, once you're in this environment, then you have to do a comparative analysis. If you do a comparative analysis, yes, there are. But to us mothers, to us, rugged Nigerian, who say, no, they are not doing, you tell the child you're not doing enough, you're not doing enough. And the child was like, I am the star among my friends. And everybody envy me because I am like the shiny, I'm the rock, right? Yeah. But back home, and that was, the push we had from our parents. I know today there's a kind of pros and cons to that, right? But at the end of the day, the way they raise children those days is different from now. And even more so, even in Nigeria, right?
Yeah.
Things have changed, times have changed. There is technology and all those. Very soon, maybe we have AI raising children for us. We have come to the world of artificial intelligence and all that, telling us, AI, how do I raise my child?
How do I make the baby food?
How do I make the baby sleep? But I still have hope. In our young ones. Like you earlier mentioned, I'm a young adult pastor with the Emmanuel Fellowship Church. Yes. We have international students, and we have a lot of mainly Africans within the community. And I will tell you, they are thriving.
Yes.
Academically, they are thriving. NAMI have a scholarship fund. I won't forget to say that, and that scholarship fund is sitting with the Winnipeg Foundation. This year, every independent, we give a scholarship to, thriving Nigerians academically, and also because we value hard work, you must also contribute to the community by volunteering. An average Nigerian parents encourage volunteerism. Do you know how many times my mother will say, go and do that for me? Don't worry, I will pay you next time, and you don't get paid. They'll tell you, are you not eating in this house?
That's your payment.
So we encourage to push our children to go out there and not just do stuff for us, but also the community. And this year, we had close to 20 and applicants. And I will tell you, usually we give out between 3 and 4. This year, we had to make it 7. Wow. Academically, their qualifications, their transcript is excellent. We're kind of thinking, oh, wow, who do we leave out of this park, right? It was like almost, can we just give a scholarship to everybody? So I also want to encourage our people to, if you want to contribute to that fund, please reach out to us. It's on our website. Reach out. We need to keep encouraging them. And I tell you, each of the applicants did not just do well academically, they also have contributed volunteer hours for different sector of our community. We encourage that. And with that scholarship is also telling our children, apart from school, you'll do well. We don't just want you to be book savvy. We want you to know how to give out. If you have so much education and you cannot really impart anything, a balanced life is better, right? And I think our youths are doing that.
Oh,
I think
wow.
our youths are doing that.
Thank you so much, Vera. I am so, I will say, like, you wow the viewers and me.
Thank you.
I know I'm a Nigerian, but sometimes when you hear these things, and I'm sitting here thinking, I do all these things, but sometimes it becomes part of our fabric of life, part of our value, part of our living, that we don't even know that we do all these things. And that is when you wake up in the morning, no matter how tired you are, you just have to keep pushing.
Right.
Because that's how you were raised. But I just want to say that for the children, still on the youth, we are having a lot of, you know, our parents, and you touched on this when you were speaking earlier on, that our parents had a lot of influence in our life. But in this society, in our new country, our parents have influence in their lives, but not as much, or the influence is being shared by the society, by the government, by even social media. So my question to you as a youth pastor and as the president of Nigerian Association, how are Nigerians trying to mitigate all these challenges and influences?
You see, it all comes down to information. What do you know, right? I think, you know, some parents really started on a bad foot, you know, or misinformed setting. You know, like they will say, oh, you don't discipline a child. Oh, you just let the child do whatever. That is not even Canadian values, right?
Yeah.
And I remember last year, I think you were part of the panel. We brought the Minister for Families.
Yes.
We brought I can't remember her name off my head now, the Director for Family Dynamics. And there was the police community, I think that was Sergeant Moses, to tell our parents about how to discipline. There are forms, ways of how to raise children in this community, right? Not like back home where, you know, you get spanked or something, bad spank, you know, and that kind of reset your brain, you know, for that moment, you know, they will reset your brain.
Oh, you're the eye. They give you the eye. You know what the eye is.
Exactly. My mother would tell you that my mother won't open her mouth and talk to you in public. She would tell you, even if I fart, you should know what that means. So she'd speak with her eyes, and she may not even roll the eyes for the person sitting close to her to know. But from the way she's positioning her eyes, I know what she's talking about. That was how we were raised. That shouldn't stop. I know we come to this culture, we're kind of overwhelmed by the culture changes, by the things we say, the different rotations, and different people tell us stuff. And people that actually tell us stuff don't even know what they're saying. So I want to encourage every Nigerian parent, every immigrant parent, you know, to go to the website of Family Dynamics, you know, read more about how to discipline a child. There are ways you learn that. Don't learn from that person that's already ill-informed. You know, I work in a setting, I'll tell you, I have a VP who is retired now, right? And I don't want to mention his name. When I submit his kids, I mean, he's a Canadian, he's a Caucasian, but he was like all the kids. When I met his kids, I had more respect for him. They are so respectful that their parents, you know, the father is a VP. You know, can you imagine what that is? But the kids are so respectful. They are well mannered. They are well trained, right? And all that. They didn't, you know, become something else because, you know, they're Canadians. That is not a Canadian value. That is a lie from wherever they are getting it from. We should go and learn how to adapt to this. You know, we are so carried away by misinformation. There are good stuff on the internet, you know, and all that. But again, there are bad stuff. And trust me, you know the ones we get to read? The bad
ones, yeah.
The bad one. I was actually with somebody some time ago, and we're just talking. Yes. And as soon as the daughter says something, and it was just like, oh, I'm sorry, my doctor said we should stop talking. I was like, oh, God bless you. That was my mother. You know, and all that. So we should, even the Bible says we should train our children in the ways of the Lord and in the ways that we have peace. So if you don't train your children properly, you're not going to have peace. Most of them are going to cause you trouble. And that is what I am really, really worried about. I know we come here, we want to make ends meet. We are trying to survive. We are juggling between jobs to jobs. And we are losing focus of our core values, of our foundation, our kids, our family. So I want to appeal to us, in as much as it is difficult, I understand. I absolutely understand that it is difficult to survive here. The culture, back home, you are living home, you put your children with a neighbor. Hey, mama, take care of these children, I'm coming. You can't do that here.
No.
So please, please, and please, let's take it easy. Let's take it easy. Those kids are growing. They grow like weed. Before you know, they are 14, they are 13. They can stay 15. They can stay by themselves. Then you can decide to work 24/7 if you want to, right?
Good.
Please give them the value. The foundation is very important.
Thank you so much. It's so good that you raised that point, because I think in our community, pardon me if I go back to your first statement when you talked about, back home being part of the bedrock at which that helped you survive, which is same for every Nigerian. But I also, as a Nigerian, I also see that a lot of families, when we move over here, because the roles of the mom and dad has been changed. Back home, it's mostly the male or the father that provides for the home. And even when the woman works, they work based on, they also put the children into perspective, into consideration. And then you have helpers. You have your mother who might be around. You might have your sister in the home. You might have neighbors as well. That, it's a village that is helping you raise the children. But when we move over here, we don't have that village support network. We are on our own. And now we are left to do whatever we think we know from our head. So I just want you to say briefly on that. You don't have to go into that, but do you see families struggling in this area?
Oh, yes, family are struggling. Family are struggling based on, I will say, it's sad enough to say some of us, once we leave Nigeria, we have a different perspective. The grass is always greener on the other side, right? I know we have some things not so good about communal living. I will tell you, I will prefer communal living to the isolation that we live in. And sometimes we misbehave because we live in isolation. You're just with your kids, with yourself, you don't know what's going on out there. And that is why we have the Nigerian Association, right? A place to bring us together. This year we've had a lot of, even more than we used to have activities. We've had the Children's Day celebration. I know back home, in May 27th was Children's Day. This year, May 25th, we gathered our children. It was, oh my God, a wild time. I remember the weather, it was cold. And I had calls from everywhere, cancel. I said, let's take a leap of faith. The rain ceased. We had over 500, or close to 500 kids out.
Wow.
And the Mother's Day, we had the Father's Day, and we had the family picnic. That is who we are. So I want to encourage us, let's come together, right? Yes, it's difficult, but we can still live communal living. I have seen a couple of Nigerians that live in the same neighborhood, practicing that now, right? You are going to work, I'm not, even dropping off kids.
Yeah.
Your daughter and my daughter go to the same school. Why do two of us have to drive there?
You
Okay,
drop
fine.
off,
You
I
drop,
pick up.
I pick up. So
Good.
let us talk to one another. Let's come out. That has been what I've been trying to do in my time as a president. Try to just reach out. It's no, and everybody like they see me everywhere. I want to reach out. Let's reach out. We don't know what you're going through if you don't come out of that lonely shell and talk to us, right? Let us reach out. Let us associate. We'll be so surprised that we have, even within our community, what it takes to be that village. We are not missing that village.
Yes.
Just like you, I've reached out to you, right? I have a couple of incidents with Nigerian community or the students. I'm going to call. How do I go about this? I call the people. I'm not I don't have the knowledge to deal with everything. So we should please reach out. That other Nigerian across the street is your sister, right? Yeah. Reach out to your sister. Reach out to your brother. Reach out to that neighbor, the one down the street, that black person. Yeah. Go say hello, right? Yes. And let's start from there.
And don't forget that you are a Nigerian and you came up from Nigeria where you are thought to be your
brother's keeper.
Your brother's keeper.
Your brother, your sister's keeper, and all their keepers.
Yes, everybody's keepers. Thank you, Vera. Viewers, you are watching Community Hour, and this is a program where communities come to express themselves, tell us who they are, and tell us why they are who they are and what they do. And today we have Vera Keyede, the president of Nigerian Association of Manitoba, here to talk to us about Nigerians living in Manitoba. So, Vera, before we go on, I just want you to, I know we've talked a little bit about that again, but if you can tell us how families or groups that you might think about in Manitoba, one thing that is helping the families help their children retain the culture, one thing they are doing, or one thing Nigerians are doing to help our children retain our culture. Well, other than fashion.
I would say, you know, we value our religion, whatever religion we belong to.
Yes.
You know, whatever religion we practice. An average Nigerian, you know, we value our, whatever religion we practice. Yes. I have seen that has been a place, you know, where we've helped our families, our children, and it's become a part of our support system, right? Apart from our larger community, our various religion association has become, you know, a major bedrock of our support system, right? Yeah. And we are sure to gather wherever time we gather, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, wherever time, you know, we meet in our cell groups, in our larger groups. It's become that, you know, I will reach out to somebody, you know, in my religion setting, you know, and say, hey, I'm going through this, or hello, and all that. It's part of the way we are also bringing up our kids. And they meet their friends, they meet other kids of same age, and they are growing together, and they become friends. They become support system to one another. Yeah. That is helping us, you know, a long way to also keep our families and have a support system that is close.
Oh, thank you so much. You know what? Sometimes we often, when immigrants move to their new country, just because of what the experiences they are having during, which is challenging, of course. I've been through that as well. Children are quick to learn new things quicker than the parents. And I know it has happened to a lot of families as well. After a while, you know, you begin to wonder whether this is it the way I should go, or do I just let this go, and stuff like that. And then families begin to face a lot of disintegration. But I'm hoping that Nigerian community are staying intact with all this support system, both religion, both culture, both values. We seem to have it all, right?
Yeah, well,
I mean, we seem to have all the weapon that we need.
We have all the weapon in our arsenal, but you know, if we decide to use it, that's up to us, right? Talking about all that, I'll tell you, you know, like my present role, I've been in my office for 10 years, same work. I would try to do all the Nigerian, you know, sometimes I'm a very passionate person. And when you're discussing a subject that's very passionate to me, you see me, I'm loud, I'm all yari, I'm happy.
Which is good.
And I know that kind of intimidates some people, right? So in as much as I learn, you know, just before we started, I said, look, when I am getting too loud, just remind me. You know, that kind of tends to intimidate people.
Yeah.
But at the same time, we have to, you know, when we come here, some of us lose ourselves. We lose ourselves, we lose our confidence, we lose who we are. And that is what is causing issues, family disintegrations and all that. Like you mentioned, the man, the husband, you know, that is our culture. Yeah. That is our tradition. That is who we are. The man is the man.
Yeah.
He's the man. You know, that is how we were raised. We come here, and some of us now, we see that, well, I'm not saying that, you know, the female thing is not, is what nothing, but just know that you can't change that man overnight. You know, like my mother would say, you know, when you have this dry fish, this, you know, mackerel, back home, they used to fold, bend it, and dry. It says after the fish is dry, there's no way to straighten that fish. You know, as they would say here, you can't teach old dog new tricks, right? Exactly. But there are ways you can make the old dog adjust to new tricks. Not all of a sudden you want, oh, I want it this way, right? So I want to encourage our family, also with our men. Back home, it was a full-time housewife, right? And even if she wasn't a full-time housewife, she has mates. Yeah. Before she comes for work, there is food. They have the kids. You know, the kids have their nannies, and there is a driver. There is this. There is that. We have to both understand that and adjust. And people that are losing their self at this moment, I think people that are losing their self-worth, self-confidence, because I know some of us came from a very solid background, and we are here, we're almost like nothing. You know, I didn't know you were going to ask that question, but I'm going to read something to you. Good. You know, this poem, I think I forgot, you know, if I'm not quoting it. It says, "Put your hand on your heart," the old man said. "Inside you there is power. There are ideas, thoughts that no one has ever thought of. There is strength of love, purely and intensely. And to have someone to love you back, there is power to make people happy and to make them laugh. It is full of compliments and the power to change lives and future. Do not forget that power. Do not ever give it up. This power lies inside of you. So even when the environment make you to lose your self-worth, right? Go to the mirror. And look, you know, sometimes I go to the mirror when I'm facing challenges. I remind myself. I am a daughter of a warrior. My great-grandfather was. I tell myself, I said, you know, call me by my native name. Obehi, you are a daughter of a warrior. You are not bowing your head in shame. You are confronting the storm head on. And as soon as I say that, I am fine. I don't care about the noise around me, right? I don't care about the opposition. I see the opposition as just noise of the market because I'm facing the storm head on. So I'm telling the families going through that, face it head on. Let's come together, right? There is power in unity. Please, husband, please, wife, please, family. Work together. You have what it takes to make it happen, right? Do not believe the lies. Do not believe the lie. I'm talking to you, that family going through struggles. Do not believe the lie. It is better together. There is strength together. There is love together. Wow. Thank you so much. Viewers at home, you are listening to Vera, the president of the Nigerian Association of Manitoba, Incorporated, here in our studio to talk to us about Nigerians living in Manitoba. Before we are almost coming to an end, Vera, is there any challenges that you think your group, just one challenge? Well, I know every group faces challenges, but yes. I think the challenges we are having as a people is we are so sad by what is happening in Nigeria. Nigeria is a land of abundance. You know, a land of abundance. Name it, from every natural resources. And to crown it all, God has blessed us with so much human resources. There is no global stage, mention it in whatever industry, that you will not find a Nigerian thriving. It's not just, you know, a Nigerian there. You know, there are three groups of people: those that make it happen, those that watch it happen, and those that share. No, we don't. We make it happen. You know, we make things happen all over. In every industry, there is no part of the world you will not find a Nigerian. If there are, please just, you know, write and let me know that in this part of the world you'll not find Nigeria. There are some places they'll say they are Nigerian. I'm like, what are they looking for there? We are there. We have what it takes.
Yeah.
But the thing is, some of us are so discouraged by the fact that, we are like kings, back home. It's like kings, we are on exile, right?
Yeah.
When the king is on exile, you can, but do not forget, you are a king, you are a queen. Don't bow your head. Raise that head. Let that shoulder be high, right? Lift up that head, and let's keep working hard. Let's keep fighting against the evil of our land. It's okay. Every country has their challenges. Every nation goes through trials. Every nation goes through tribulations. But a time will come. I'm telling us, the sun will shine again. It's the cloud may be dark, may be gray, may be overcast, as they will say here, overcast.
Yeah.
Don't worry, it's going to be bright again.
Wow.
It's going to be sunny. So let's keep rocking, and let's keep being proud of ourselves. Let's forget about the vision. Whatever forces is trying to divide us, they are just only stealing our natural resources. We have them. So as soon as we're not speaking in one voice, they are stealing from us. Let's come together. There is more, happening behind than we can ever think and we see. So let's come together.
There is more that unites us than less that divides us. There is more that unites us.
So I want to encourage every Nigerians to join hands together. Let's keep raising the flag up. I'm a proud Nigerian and aware. Once I wear I have a white green dress I wear, and I wear it, I say I'm wearing the flag of Nigeria. Yes, I'm a Nigerian, I'm a proud Nigerian. I want everybody to be proud Nigerians, and let's keep upholding the positive values of Nigerians. We are hardworking people. We are people that have the bedrock of the community, and we are contributors. We don't just take, we contribute. We make impact.
We make things happen.
And we make things happen. And we rock. And we know how to enjoy it. So we enjoy. We don't just work hard. We enjoy. So let's go. Let's come on the 5th of October. Come, let's party. Let's party like, like Southwest, and they'll say like the O1 base. Let's dig it. So I'm looking forward to, seeing all of us there.
I'm looking forward to that as well. And thank you so much, Vera, for today. Viewers at home, you are watching Community Hour brought to you by U Multicultural of Winnipeg. And we are happy to be here at the studio today, enjoying the company of the president of the Nigerian Association of Manitoba, Mrs. Vera Keyede. And she's here today. She spoke to us about Nigeria, who we are, or who the community is, what they are doing, why they are who they are, and their upcoming event happening October 1st at the Legislative Building, and also October 5th for the party itself. If you are looking for a ticket, can you tell people where to get the ticket?
If you're looking for a ticket, Eventbrite, go to Eventbrite. It's there, and we know a lot of people. If you can't get to Eventbrite, we're going to be having some tickets at the gate. We've made provisions for people to have tickets at the gate.
Okay, thank you so much. And lastly, this will be the last. If you were to ask to make a pitch for Nigerians in Manitoba, what would that be? Your final pitch.
Okay.
If you are asked to make a request.
I am asking to make a request to the government of Manitoba. I have said this, and I'll continue to say, Nigerians are tested and trusted people. We are hardworking people, and we are very qualified in every field of studies. I want us to look into the pathway for careers, for job for us, right? It's been challenging, it's been discouraging. There are not enough pathway for us to get into our professions. In all professions, I have been talking about the teacher professions, with the minister for, I think there was a visit and we talked about the teachers, right? We have very qualified teachers. We have professors that have relocated to Canada and they don't have a pathway, to get into their professions. We have a lot of professionals who are not doing their field, and most of them has resulted to doing, other jobs. That will tell you who we are. We are resilient. We are not going to sit there and cry that we will do something. So whatever your hands find to do, we're doing what our hands find to do. But it will be better if we are contributing, to the feed, that we have studied, that we have the weight of experience. And it was also help us to be better people. Because when you're working your field, then, if your head used to be this, it will be like this. So we'll raise our head more. And I want to thank, also the government for giving us the opportunity, right, to thrive in this economy. And we'll keep striving, we'll keep contributing. And I hope that, when next I come knocking, I know some of the ministers are going like, yeah, I come knocking, conversing for us is for real, We are not just talking. We are not, talk is cheap. In Nigeria, we say talk is cheap. Talk is really cheap. We are not talkers. Wow. We do it. We're action people.
Action people. Thank you so much. And for the final word, viewers, you have heard the word. Nigerians don't take last.
We're not the... No, you have to say it. We have to say it.
Meaning, Nigeria no they carry last.
No, madam, it's like you've left Nigeria. We say it with an attitude. As Nigerians, we don't just say Nigeria
no they carry last.
We say it with an attitude. Nigeria no they carry last. And we have that. We know they carry last. So with that attitude, we know they carry last.
We know they carry last.
Now we did there. Now we did here. And now we did here. We go make it happen in the land. In the land.
Thank you so much, Vera, for coming. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
Viewers at home, you have heard it. Nigerians, though they carry last with an attitude.
Right.
I hope I got the attitude right.
You're coming up.
So thank you, Multicultural Channel, for giving us the opportunity to talk about Nigerians today and for having this program, Community Hour. Join us once again next time for another interview with another individual from another community. Thank you.